Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of podcast. I'm your host Pushpak. For today's episode, we have with us Jaskirat Lamba. He is a co-founder at memertisemedia. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, Jaskirat.
Th- Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So let
Yeah,
us begin with your introduction and about your background.
yeah. So basically, I'm Jaskirat. I'm co-founder of Mimoty Media. So we basically do the meme culture of the brand and take care of the whole meme aspect of branding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm a dropout. Currently, I'm 20, and I have been running this my current startup for almost like 6-7 months now. It's going great. Yeah.
So you dropped out of college and you're 20 years old.
Uh, I think when I was 19. Yeah,
Damn.
I haven't
How
haven't gone to college. Yeah, yeah,
okay, like when you started college, the pandemic started, right? Something like that.
yeah. So basically, in 2020, of course, we had to join college in I think May and stuff. So I
Mm,
actually didn't go. I haven't gone to college. So yeah,
that's cool, man. So how was this like what made you drop out of college and start this company?
yeah, yeah. So basically, I'll give you a little brief about my previous things. So I was like, since 17, I was like, I want to do startup, and I was deeply engrossed into it.
Mm-hmm.
I've like tried to build several things that eventually failed. These were not actually startup. I would say these were projects that I was trying to do. But
Mm-hmm.
in general terms, people that like failed projects are actually a startup. A lot of startup learning it gives. So I was trying to build some fintech around forex trading when I was
Mm-hmm.
17-year-old. Then at 18, I was like a little bit stagnant. I was trying to build a uh, for example, investment platform where even for example, it comes that a property also comes in, and you actually just the rent yield of it,
Mm-hmm.
and so that people can actually not like 99 acres don't give the rent yield exactly. So that was I was trying to build. Then
Okay.
at 18, I thought like either I go to college or like spend 3 years there or experiment. So I was building industrial e-commerce. So I have gone to Delhi in this February
Mm-hmm.
to actually set up and meet a few VCs. So and set up my office there. So that's how I met my co-founder. He was like we met randomly on Twitter, and then eventually we met in real life and actually
Mm-hmm.
built it. At that time, we didn't have the idea of how we were going to build it, but eventually it turned out pretty well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us about Memotize Media, like what you guys are doing, because it's a very competitive market. Anyone, like a lot of companies are out there. So what is different about you, and yeah, what exactly you are doing?
Yeah, I think like in marketing there are many companies, but meme is very specific niche. And for
Mm-hmm.
example, uh, uh, influencer marketing is pretty competitive because the agency has to do literally nothing. The creators created, they just act as a mediatory and do stuff. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to meme agency, right, we have to actually make sure that this content will work or not, or virality is in our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Not anybody can do it, right? For example, a brand comes up that hey, we're launching this. How viral can we make it? So it's in our
Mm-hmm.
hand that what kind of content we create, what kind of ideas we get, and actually test it out. That will this work or not? So basically, we take care of the whole virality aspect of the like any launch, or if any OTT comes up that we're actually launching this show. So we're actually making sure that we actually distribute it and make it look it's organic content or what's not.
Okay, so yeah,
So yeah,
when
it's
you when you said like virality is like it's you kind of take the responsibility of being viral, but like when we normally see we don't even some things go viral and we didn't even knew that yeah this is just like normal post and people are like how it is going viral, right? Like how could
yeah.
like do you think it would be right to say we are like means you guys are saying that we will make sure that your post will go viral, that is what are you trying to say, and
No,
that's
no.
what you have
Basically,
been doing.
yeah. So I'll give you a little brief. Like for example, virality cannot be predicted, but you
Exactly.
can do certain things that make
Mm,
sure that if this thing gets viral. For example, uh, for example, this comes up with any brand comes up with, we have this pen, for example, um, and says that I want that we are launching this pen on 12th of November, and the starting date will be 8th of November, and we'll start the campaign and make sure that everybody is talking about it. So we can
Mm-hmm.
do it through memes.
Mm-hmm.
That me using this pen and abhi maja aayega na video and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
basically the brand name is in there, and everybody is just like, what is this happening? And then you always give the swipe up link to go and register for that launch and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of virality we can create, and that can only be done if you have a good content team, you have a good ideation
Mm-hmm.
team, you have a good execution team. Otherwise, like for example, influencer marketing, it's just the influencer doing stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we actually use influencers to match the whole hype. For example, we're also having the memes going on, then we have influencers talking about that, so it creates overall 360-degree virality.
Yeah, got
Yeah,
it. So how did
yeah,
you build your distribution? Like I think I noticed that you have like 300 350 million plus audience, right?
yeah.
So
we
how
we now
this happened? And
yeah, yeah.
in a matter of 6 months, like you said, it started. It's been 6 months from this. So how that's crazy
Mm,
numbers, dude. So how does that
yeah, yeah.
happen?
Now we actually increased to 1 billion. So
Damn.
yeah, so it's more of like collaborating with pages. It goes like parallel. Our distribution team always connects to the pages and talks about like, hey, we want to do a campaign with you, it will be completely organic. It seems organic, nobody actually knows, unless and until we want it to show that it's not organic. So that's a thing that we do with constantly. We have multiple languages, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Haryanvi, every kind of page. And we have Hindi pages. Every page you name it on the Instagram, we have it. And then we recently got into the influencer marketing. So we have various influencers, name it, we have it. Like these kind of things, like we're trying to increase the distribution, because the virality kind of gets through distribution, and the ideation part of like a campaign comes through the creative team. And when these creative team and distribution team combines, then the whole campaign get actually viral.
Right.
Yeah.
So which is your like specific platforms, or like which helped you in
uh,
distribution, or is it like you work on
so
every platform?
it's Instagram is a really good one. Then we have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, LinkedIn even, and
Mm-hmm.
we're also YouTube. And we have a couple of, like, I think one or two more. Yeah. Telegram. Yeah.
Okay. So and you said you have pages on like every language, right? So are these your personal
Yeah.
pages, or like you create
No,
pages
no,
for
we are
specific brand?
so these are basically the creators have their own page. We just tie
Mm-hmm.
up with them for the campaign. Yeah.
Okay. So suppose like if I'm the company, or like I'm a creator, or I want to promote my podcast basically. So like
Yeah.
you will with connect me with creators who are in that specific niche, and then we'll collaborate with them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
like will you be paying to the creators which you are collaborating with?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. The ideation part and the whole brief, or the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing that, for example, there's a camp. We have to make sure that it looks like your camera is the best one. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We have to use specific keywords for that, or specific thing, the call to action and stuff. That thing will be from our creative team that will do that. Yeah.
Right, right. So how many
Yeah.
people are in your team?
Currently, with three co-founders, and we're working with I think like 4 or 5 people in that,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a whole lot of freelancers that are working with us.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Great, man. That's amazing. Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, tell us about Memeverse. I think I've seen one of your tweet talking about Memeverse, and you think like why it is better than Metaverse, right? Yeah.
No. Basically, the thing is that people are getting excited about metaverse,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think memeverse is a part of metaverse, or not actually part. It's like what we are trying to do in the memeverse is basically we're really early. If you see Metaverse, people are actually talking about it. Nobody's talking about Memeverse. We're completely new. I think like it will take 3 to 4 years now to actually people to understand that how people can monetize through memes and stuff, and how people can actually build stuff on memes. So, for example, how when we talk about Memeverse, currently we're talking about getting brands into the meme ecosystem and making sure that their culture is there. Like for example, Zomato is killing it in the meme game. The whole brand is through memes, right?
Right.
We're trying to do that kind of thing for every brand in India. Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are already doing meme marketing, right? Like as you said, like some people are. It's kind of meme versus kind of new, but like everyone is doing meme marketing when it comes to brand, like these days.
Yeah, I think like the two type of meme marketing that goes. First is through their own handle. I think that many people are doing, and second through the whole ecosystem and distribution. That
Okay, along with
I think like
influencers and all.
along with influence, along with meme pages, along with premium pages, along with very many things. So
Okay.
that thing is not that common, right? Many brands are doing it. Some like obviously we are working with them. So basically we are kind of converting them from not being in the meme ecosystem to being in the meme ecosystem. We're trying to like understand them how this works, because it's really new for them, and some brands are doing it for 1 or 2 years now. So yeah, it's not that old, but yeah.
Okay. So what advice would you give to a startup, to an early stage startup, if they are building a product or service, and suppose they don't have a team of people, or they don't have a funding to, afford basically kind of services which you are providing, right? So all suppose someone wants to manage internally, right? So what advice you would give to people, especially in terms of distribution? Because I think right now, like a lot of people are creating content, like a lot of creators are coming up, but I think the challenging somehow I think that distribution is the most challenging part. Even I personally, that I have observed. So yeah, what advice you give to that? Yeah.
I think like anyone below Series A investment, right? For example, or even I would say below seed, don't actually need the distribution part of it, because they're not actually validated the fully product, right? If they're growing fast, they want to excel, then they need a whole virality factor in the meme distribution marketing, right? And that's actually expensive. For example, you won't go your early stage startup, you won't go and say ki, I want to sign Boo and Bam for our ad, right? Same way, it's not actually for unless you have raised good.
But what about the startups which are like bootstrap and which are B2B as well, B2B bootstrap startups? Because they are the people who are really making profit, unlike people who are getting a lot of funding, still not making money. But these are the people who are like actually making money and who are actually creating the impact. Like B2B startups, which are like completely bootstrap.
I feel like many B2B doing it through their own handle. But when it comes to distribution, right, the thing is that their target audience is different. They can do it through their own social media and run ads on it. So it will create like higher visibility and stuff. But with distribution, it's basically happens to consumer products that they want to spread it to large audience.
Right.
Yeah.
So your specialty in B2C mostly, right?
Yeah.
Got it. So one more thing, what's the one thing which you learned from building a company, and is it your first startup, or okay, you mentioned you have done a couple of projects before?
Technically, it's like if you see the project side of it, it's fourth, but building a company side of it's second.
Yeah. So what's that one thing which you learned from, building, and especially in last 6 months? Because I think it might be a very, it must be a crazy experience for you, the way you got views and everything. So how was your experience and what did you learn from it?
So I think like the thing is that the growth, like first thing, you don't need funding to excel. Anyway, you need it to like do from 1 to 100, but you don't need it from 0 to 1. You can do that by yourself, or having a good team, or having good co-founders. You can actually build it. Second, hiring should be delayed as much as possible, according to me,
Mhm.
because basically focusing on too much on culture will actually lead you to being at peace when you grow. If you make a shitty culture and people are there like you hired before making sure that their culture fit,
Yeah.
it will actually be a toxic environment to for you
Mhm.
even as a
Mhm.
founder, so actually eventually you have to like let them go, so it's better to make sure that you have your culture thing in mindset before actually getting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you like the advice you gave about what companies should do, like in terms of distribution, but what about the early stage startups, like who are just getting started, who are like older for like who it's been 3 months only they are into, so
Yeah.
how can they go? They don't even have money, they don't even have revenue. They're
Yeah.
like a team of 3 4 people. What advice would you give to these people?
Yeah, I think like use memes whenever possible in your Instagram strategy, in your Twitter strategy. I think like
Mhm.
in on Twitter might have seen the FinFlow. They're killing
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
in the meme game. So
Mm-hmm.
I know the founder like from even before he was building FinFlow.
Mm-hmm.
Very good friend of mine. So basically, it's more of how they excelled and have grown their audience with just memes itself,
Mm-hmm.
memes and good content as well. Like it's a relativity factor that they talk about the finance and plus with memes. So actually it created the whole different, like they've grown so much in terms of their Discord community, their Twitter community, their Instagram community, that actually lead to for them as a social capital and free distribution for their early users, right?
Right,
And
right,
then they
right.
can obviously excel when they'll raise, they'll have their own meme marketing campaign or whatnot, and then they can eventually grow up and excel.
Right. So that's what startups are doing these days, right? Especially if you're into B2C,
Yeah,
then first, like people are trying to build a community and after everything else. Like even though
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have a product, you build a community and yeah, that's I think the best strategy which people will do.
Ev- I think even B2B founders, like for example, I'm personally B2B founder, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually building a community on a community and personal brand on Twitter. So
Right, right,
it's
right.
more of like for the future sake as well, and for
Mm-hmm.
making sure that people who follow me knows that I do this. So whenever they want to do, or for example, they're into like whatever company, and if their company wants to, they should contact me.
Right, exactly. That's
Yeah,
what connected with you because of your Twitter, right?
yeah.
Right. So what are you really into outside of work? Like how do you spend your time when you're not working?
So I mostly consume like I consume podcasts and then a few books, and
Mm-hmm.
I love stand-up comedy in general because of my love for memes as well. But in
Mm-hmm.
general, I love comedy content in general. Yeah, that's basically what I do. I don't like I don't do like really. For example, people go and say, I do this interesting thing.
Got it.
I don't do
Mm-hmm.
that much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested into finance.
Mm-hmm.
I am like, for example, I think like from past few years, I would say 2 3 years, there's not been a single day I've not seen Nifty charge daily. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm a trader as well. Like I trade frequently. That's one of my interests. I read about finance. I talk
Mm-hmm.
about finance. And like I love to invest and stuff.
Yeah, awesome. So, what are your like? You said you read books also, right? So, like your
Yeah,
three favorite books, which like really impacted your
yeah,
life. Yeah.
yeah. So one is Warren Buffett way. So I think like people misunderstand it with investing book. It's actually a book on life and rationality.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good book. The second one is No Rules Rules. I'm currently reading, and it's almost about to end. Best book on culture you'll ever find. Like I've suggested it to like many people. And
Mm-hmm.
one, I think like one more would be I recently read. I think Corporate Chanakya is a really good book on the corporate side of it.
Okay.
It's by Radhakrishna Pillai, and really good book.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah,
are you like you're the remote first company, right? You guys are planning to be remote only,
yeah,
or like are you planning to get back to office
yeah.
someday?
We're planning to have at least a remote office in which even a founder support team can have a convo. and we're trying to be remote as much as possible, because I think like
Yeah.
it gives the flexibility, and even
Yeah.
after that we'll try to have a hybrid model. Don't want to
Hmm.
get it to like you want to be in the office and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
People and now employees don't want to go back to offices. Like now they're
especially in
done with
creative,
it.
especially in
Yeah.
creative fields, the thing is that you have to be in the office sometimes because the
Hmm.
creativity comes there, and
Yeah.
sometimes you have to just chill and then think out of the box
Right.
there.
Right.
So and especially all of my co-founders are Gen Zs. I'm a Gen Z. So
Hmm.
so the main thing is that Gen Zs don't want to be stuck at one place. We want to,
Hmm.
for example, we want to travel and work. We want to do whatever we want and work. What? Why are we working hard to actually
Right.
enjoy the life? So
Right.
that should be
Right.
the core for even for our team.
Hmm. Awesome. So you're 20 years old, right? So are you single,
Yeah,
married? Of course, you're not married, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool, man. Yeah, Jaskirat, it was really great talking to you, man. I like it's really inspiring story. You're like 20 years old and doing all this stuff. Yeah, this was amazing
yeah.
talking to you, man. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.